What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another collaboration beer. This time between the Equilibrium Brewery, and they are out of Middletown, New York, and the Mast Landing Brewing Company, and they are out of Westbrook, Maine, and this is their Mast Theory. So they're calling this one a double IPA that comes in at 8% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed. Time of review. This can is just under 1 month old. So an E-Cube and Mast Landing collab, and I'm here for it. So I picked up another E-Cube beer, and that's because the price points around my area have actually come down. No longer are they, $28 to $32 for a 4-pack. I believe I paid $5 and change for this one. I think a 4-pack of this was like $20 to $21. So that's fine. And it was relatively fresh, under a month old, which is nice. And it's a collaboration between two breweries I really enjoy. And not much more to say about it. The hops are using this one, Mosaic, Citra, and Idaho 7. And then they're dry hopping it with Citra, Belma, and Galaxy. I think that's right. If it's wrong, it's on me. Pretty sure it's right. Anyway, let's crack this one open and get it into the glass. See what we got going on here. Yeah, pouring out like, oh, okay. Well, I know this was cold because I grabbed it at a place where it was cold. So I don't know, what's going on here, but definitely foaming up on me, which is crazy. I just picked it up from the beer store probably, what was it, like 3 days ago. So hopefully everything's okay with this one. But, I've had some Hop Butcher beers do the same thing. Turned out that, they ended up being fine for the most part. So, maybe it's just a thing. Maybe they weren't kept. It's on the side. It always says, help us ensure cold chain. Purchase cold, trade cold, keep cold. If it's not cold, ask why. Well, I know this one was cold. I don't know if it was kept cold the entire time, but it has that milky, kind of, shout out to a good friend of mine, a fellow beer tuber, Ridge over at Ridgeopolis. If he sees a beer that looks like this, double IPA, he goes bonkers. This is what he wants his beers to look like. On camera, maybe not exactly, but in person, I know exactly. This is what you love, Ridge. It has that milky, yellow-orange color, just looks super turbid and murky. Has about a 3-finger, maybe a little bit over, of an off-white, soap sudsy head, but that's because of, how it foamed up. Let's get a nose. It smells fucking awesome. Wow. Oh. Yeah, that smells fresh and it smells fine. Tons of juicy honeydew melon for me. Maybe even a watermelon, but more like honeydew. There is big notes of passion fruit. And there's even a little bit of like a papaya, which I've been getting a lot recently with a ton of beers. I don't really say papaya all that much anymore. Passion fruit, papaya, there's pineapple. Maybe a touch of kiwi. Wow, this is tropical fruit through and through, and that's pretty fucking sweet. Yeah, so honeydew melon, touch of watermelon, more honeydew than anything, papaya, pineapple, kiwi, different tropical fruits, and very intense on the nose. Underlying kind of like candied citrus, like a Starburst or something, or a Skittle, kind of like that sweeter candied orange for the most part. Maybe a little bit of like a we'll say ruby red or pink grapefruit like I typically do. I don't say white grapefruit a lot because a lot of times the sweeter grapefruits to me are more the ruby red or the pink. If I'm eating grapefruit, I'm putting sugar on it anyway. And I can't really eat grapefruit all that much anymore because of the whole medication I'm on after my open heart surgery. There's like a little bit of like a acidic orange, and I think I've come to know that like that yeast quality or that note in the nose, then on the palate is EQ juice, is what everybody has talked about for years, and that's what I think I get, is like an acidic orange on the palate typically, but in the nose I'm starting to get like an acidic orange as well. This smells fucking awesome. This is one of the better noses I've had on an EQ beer in a long time. Wow. Pour a little bit more in here so I can hopefully drink a little bit. All right, looking a little better there. Looking a little better. I think we're all right. All right, anyway, I want to get into this one, so cheers, everybody. Let's see what this has to offer. Yeah, that's really good. Oh, that's really good. Body this one's like higher side of medium, lower side of full for 8%. It has a nice thickness to it, which is nice to see. I always talk about like if a double IPA or a triple IPA, has like a medium body, I'm okay because I like them to, a bigger ABV hop forward beer to kind of drink a bit lighter. But I don't know, I'm starting to enjoy the bigger, thicker, viscous bodies. Mouthfeel, it's soft, it's smooth, it's creamy, but it's still carbonated. I mean, it has like a mild to moderate carbonation. I'd say more moderate carbonation, but man, is it soft and smooth and somewhat creamy on the palate. I don't drink a ton of EQ beers at this point, and I haven't in the past, say, couple of years because of the price points. And I've reviewed a couple this year. Their collaboration with Parrish. I reviewed their Ruwaka, this one, and maybe another. But I'm going to start drinking at least one per month, maybe a couple per month, because we do get them here. I just think that the price points have fallen enough where I can justify it. Like, I think it was like $5.69 a can. Like, I can justify that. I can't justify $8 to $9 for, or $7-8 for an 8% double IPA. I can't do it. The taste, it's over-ripened honeydew melon. It saturates the palate. It's sweet. It's beautiful. There's some passion fruit as well. A little bit of pineapple. Not getting as much as the kiwi or the papaya I was getting in the nose. There's more of again, that candied citrus. So I'd say honeydew melon, pineapple. Honeydew melon, pineapple. I'm trying to think. Not as much kiwi and papaya. So I'd say honeydew melon, pineapple, maybe a touch of stone fruits, and then that candied citrus. It's orange, it's grapefruit, it's even a little bit of lemon. It's kind of like you had the Starburst, like the orange, or the Skittles orange, and I think they do a grapefruit one, like the tropical bag. Kind of like that, has that candied, not overly sweet though, but just has like the candied taste. Really nice. Halfway through the palate, there's this nice, soft, earthy, floral kind of thing going on, slightly dank as well. And it finishes semi-dry with a mild to moderate bitterness. More, we'll say semi-dry with a mild bitterness. But what I love about this is while all that like honeydew melon, I'm talking about candied citrus, this is not a super sweet beer at all, like in the least. And then on the finish, I get that acidic orange juice type of thing. And again, I think that EQ juice, they call it the EQ juice finish. To me, it's an acidic orange kind of feeling. And I've always enjoyed that, and that's one of the reasons I've enjoyed EQ over the years is that finish or that specific character. At first, I thought it was maybe the yeast or it's the malt. I don't know, whatever they're putting in there, whether it is the yeast or the malt or specific hop combo or other things. That EQ juice type of feeling I get in most of their beers. It's very noticeable, especially on the finish, and it's really good. This is fucking dynamite. Like, I don't know anything about this beer in terms of hype. It's a collaboration between them and Mast Landing. I don't know. I didn't even check the Untapped score. This is probably, decent score. It's an EQ beer. But for me, this is fucking good. I don't know. The two beers I was going to pick up is this and their Fulcrum. And I just wanted to do this one because it's a collaboration. I don't know how Fulcrum compares to this, but I'll tell you what, this is fucking good. Real good. Yeah. I didn't think it was going to be I didn't think it was going to be amazing. But for some reason, I was just like, yeah, we'll see what happens. Then I read the hop notes. Maybe that Belma was giving me that honeydew and maybe that slight watermelon. I'm not getting that in the taste, but the nose. Forgot about Belma and the watermelon characteristics. All I know is this is a really good collaboration. Collaborations can go sideways a lot of the times. Like, more often than not, you get a collab beer and you're like, oh, Jesus, it's okay. Should be a lot better if it was one of the two just brewing itself. But I must say, I fucking like this beer. I might even love this beer. So I am going to give Mast Theory, collaboration between EQ and Mast Landing, low 4.5 out of 5. Well, 4.45. Why? I don't know. It's hit me in the feels. I don't know. Listen, I know nothing about this beer. Like I said, I don't know the Untapped scores. I maybe have seen a couple check-ins at this point from my friends. I can't remember. I'm going to just go out and say this is probably way higher than what the score is on Untapped. I'd guess the score probably like 4.15, 4.2. Maybe even lower. I don't know. I'm just throwing a guess out there. I have no idea. It's not too hyperish, right? It's Equilibrium who has some hype, and Mast Landing, they don't have as much hype as they did, say, 2 or 3 years ago. But 4.45 out of 5 is a great beer. Like I said, I think I paid like $5.69 for that can, $5.49, something like that. I think again 4-packs were $20, $21, something like that. So that's fine for something this good. It's fucking well worth it. And availability, I have no idea with EQ anymore. They get distro in a bunch of different areas, and I don't know if you see EQ stuff in your neck of the woods. let me know if you saw this one, because I think you should. I think this made distro, because we get a lot of their, none of their like, you know, brewery only stuff here in Buffalo. We get a lot of their, you know, distro stuff, and this just showed up. And yeah, anyway, not much more to say about it. 8%, a little bit of booziness in the chest, nothing on the palate. It's a fucking great beer. So again, if you've had this one before, post in the comment section. Appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.